Yes, it's me. I'm back in London, just shooting off to a meeting. Here's a really cool musician in the background. He's a really great bit about being in London. But anyway, catch up with you soon. So I don't know if you can see that, but I'm at Cloudsec and I've just done a day. I'm doing 2 panels, and it's been about artificial intelligence and CISOs. And we've been debating many things, or talking about many things, sharing our knowledge. So being on 2 panels with industry experts, international industry experts, so some that have flown over from Europe, some that have flown over from the US, sharing information about diversity, the skills challenge, AI, Internet of Things, what else? Loads and loads of stuff. So it's been a good day. I'm pretty tired, but this is what it's all about. So I'll catch up with you soon. Hey, it's Jane. It's the end of the week and it's been a really good week. So earlier in the week I was doing Cloudsec. I was on 2 panels actually with Carmine Elise from Accenture, Martin Borrett from IBM, and Gary Milewski from CDM Defense Magazine. And we had an excellent host or MC, Leah McMillan from Trend Micro. And we were there to really talk about the mind of the CISO from our experience. None of us have been CISOs, but we mix a lot with CISOs, and certainly for me, I'm a trusted advisor. So they come to me and talk to me about various things. I don't advise on products or anything like that, but I do help them and coach them. So we had a really good discussion about the mind of the CISO and also AI and new technologies that are coming into our world. So that was really good. And then after that, actually, it's just been pretty hectic with getting organized for future speaking arrangements, organizing those things. I had to turn down one tech giant actually in October because another engagement came along, and that was really hard to do. But the only reason I did that actually was because it saved me another long haul flight. So in September actually I'm in Jersey, in October I'm in Australia and Spain, and then November I'm in Spain. So I am all over the place pretty soon and doing a lot of international travel. It's really hard actually being a parent. I'm a single parent. My kids, although they're older, my eldest one he's left home and lives with his girlfriend and has a job and has graduated and everything like that. But the other 2 are really right in the middle of doing more exams. So it's a really important time for them. And actually the older the kids get, they need just as much support or even more support as they did when they were younger. So if you've not had those years yet, or you don't have kids, or you're planning to have kids and things like that, just bear that in mind. So it's been busy on all of those fronts. The other thing that happened actually on Friday was Radio 4, the PM program, actually contacted me because we had the BA hack and they wanted me to go on their program and talk about it. And actually I was really nervous about doing that. My kind of natural response would have been like, oh my God, can I do it? Am I ready for it? I don't want to do it. It really puts me outside of my comfort zone and things like that. But I did in the end say yes to them because I knew that I had to, and I also know that practice makes perfect. Yes. So that involved actually quite a lot of research because the hack had only just happened, so details were coming out about it, but there were very little details about it. Now what they wanted to know was really what technology could have helped avoid that, and obviously by Friday afternoon there was hardly any information about it, and I think there's still very little information about it. So I was out there asking questions online in preparation for that and actually finding out what we did know and trying to read between the lines. I know I was talking to some of my CISO friends and they said, because I was asking them about it and saying, okay, right, fine, what do we know? Am I right in saying this? Because I really wanted to run by, my thoughts by someone. And for me, I don't like to rely purely on technology with regards to these things. So when I was getting ready and doing my prep, I was looking at people, processes, and technology, and bringing the three, the golden triangle, into my answer. So what Radio 4 wanted me to answer was, is this the new normal? So are hacks like the BA hack the new normal? And if they are, what can we do to stop them? What technologies can we rely on to stop them? Now, the way that I see it is there's lots of things that we can do. Certainly we can get better with regards to the people that we're employing. So we have to do that as a matter of course. If you want to get better at avoiding hacks, or not even avoiding hacks because they're the new norm, mitigating their risk is more accurate. If you want to do that, then we need to make sure that we have the best people that we can have working for us and with us. So that's just a matter of course. The other thing that I wanted to bring up actually was that sometimes those in charge of mitigating the risks are not empowered. They don't either have the tools and the resources in order to mitigate these risks, or they don't have the skills required in order to go and ask for them and ensure that they're getting them. So it can be a really hard job being a CISO, and this is certainly what I was talking about, Carmina and Martin and Gary were talking about on the panel when we were at Cloudsec. It is not an easy job, and many are only in the position for about 22 months, or they are looking to have a sidestep, so that might be going in as a CIO, or it could be upwards actually as a CIO or CTO, or doing something completely different. So it's a really, really hard job. So in order to really look at certainly the BA hack, we really need to know what was the situation with regards to the CISO or the CSO. Was he or she fully empowered and able to go and get what they needed in order to reduce the risk of this? The other thing that I wanted to mention was collaboration. So it's important for companies to collaborate with more companies like them, the government and other bodies as well. Now in the UK we have CiSP, CISP, and that is a collaboration between the private sector and the government and I think academia, but I have to check on that. But that happens in real time, so it's reducing the threat environment through collaboration, through sharing knowledge and intelligence. So that's a really good thing. If you don't know about it, then I'll stick a link underneath this. And then of course there's technology. So without really knowing what happened with this hack, we can still look or consider the technologies that we can use. And there's some really good technologies out there that may have been able to help with this. Now certainly things like checking for anomalies, I can actually say that word, would have helped, and perhaps that would have helped us to solve this issue. Patching and doing all of the basics that we should be doing, again, should help, along with regular penetration testing, and also potentially using technologies for endpoints. Technologies that also rely on AI and machine learning. So there are some good technologies out there, but they are not a silver bullet. And as I said, we really don't know much about this hack. Now I did read a really good blog post actually by Dynarisk, and I really enjoyed what they were saying around the BA hack in terms of, what could be, what could have happened. So again, I'll stick a link underneath that as well. So really it all boils down to people, processes and technology, the golden triangle. And as is always the case with us in security, we have to be on top of these things. So that means having a strong network around us, being able to ask the questions and not being embarrassed or intimidated about doing that. The more we learn, the more we can ask, the better that we are going to become. So it is very much a case of being humble to learn and offering that and having a really good network around you so that you can do that. Thankfully for me, I do have that, so I was able to call upon them. So yeah, I think that's all I want to say about the BA hack. It's going to be interesting to see what comes to light of it because of the GDPR. So by all accounts, and it certainly looks as if BA did a pretty reasonable job of handling this in terms of the GDPR. So informing the regulatory bodies, I can't say that word, but hey, this is a ghetto video. So informing the right bodies within the time frame, within 72 hours, and also getting a message out to their customer base. Now, I know some banks, actually, there was Monzo Bank and another bank actually that actually informed their customers and issued new credit cards before an announcement was made by BA, which I think is absolutely incredible. That means that it is becoming a USP for banks. So they really are treating security more seriously and actually becoming very proactive. So in terms of us as users, as customers of banks, then it is great to see that. So anything more that you can add which helps viewers is much appreciated. So I'm going to let you enjoy the rest of your week, and I'll catch up with you soon. Bye.